I'm ready. Hello, everyone. Everybody loves cookies, and what people love even more than plain cookies are Girl Scout cookies. But rather than talking about what kinds there are and how much people love them, today I will be talking about the horrors of Girl Scout cookies. Bum, bum, bum! From palm oil to child labor. Let's get started. How is Girl Scouts using palm oil? Well, it's an ingredient in their cookies. What else is palm oil in besides Girl Scout cookies? Half of all supermarket products actually contain palm oil. 75% of palm oil is in cosmetics, and it's listed under 200 different names, which makes it really hard to figure out what has palm oil in it and what doesn't. Mixed palm oil, what is that? Well, so first off, sustainable palm oil. Let's talk about that first. Sustainable palm oil treats the earth fairly and it treats people fairly. Mixed palm oil is a combination of sustainable and non-sustainable palm oil. So it's sort of bad because the big thing is that it can either have 1% of sustainable palm oil, 100% of sustainable palm oil, or no sustainable palm oil in that product. So those Girl Scout cookies that you're holding right now might not even have sustainable palm oil in them, which is really bad. Why is palm oil bad? Well, first off, it destroys the rainforests. Destroying rainforests is awful because, as you can see, this whole part is a palm oil plantation and this other part is the rainforest. I'm certain where the palm oil plantation was, there was probably a whole rainforest there as well, and now there isn't, and I'm certain they're probably going to just chop off that whole entire rainforest and add a palm oil plantation there. First, the rainforest houses several animal species. It has your macaws, your orangutans, your tree frogs, among other animals. There are also, the tropical rainforests comprise of over 30 million species of plants and animals. So if we chop down the rainforest, we're not going to have those animals anymore and they'll go extinct. The next thing I'd like to talk about are the rainforest. So the rainforest soil, it actually has no nutrients in it whatsoever. And when the trees die and they decompose, then the soil has a lot of nutrients and everything. But if we chop down the trees, then we're not going to have any nutrients in that soil. And we're not going to have any nutrients to grow the palm trees. So it's sort of dumb if you think about it. My next thing is a lot of medicines actually come from the rainforest, a lot of natural and pharmaceutical. 25% of our modern rainforests, of our modern medicines, the rainforest gives us those ingredients for the medicines. And a lot of the ingredients are only found in the rainforest. This first picture that you see is a picture of a cinchona tree. The cinchona tree gives us quinine. Quinine, if you mix the bark of the cinchona tree with water, gives us a cure for malaria, which was very important back in the day. It also gives you your tonic water for your gin and tonic. Now, I'm doubting any of you drink gin and tonic, but it does give you that. The next one I'd like to talk about is the Madagascar periwinkle. The Madagascar periwinkle gives us vincristine and vinblastine. These two medicines help to treat cancer. If we got rid of the rainforest, we wouldn't have treatment for cancer, which would be really bad. The treatment themselves stops the cells from dividing. The last one I'd like to talk about is the coca plant. The coca plant gives us Novocaine, which is an anesthetic. The coca plant itself suppresses hunger, thirst, pain, and fatigue. So next off, the horrors of child labor. How is Girl Scouts using child labor? They're using child labor. In the middle, you can see some palm fruits. They're using children to collect those palm fruits to make your Girl Scout cookies. And these children don't even wear shoes while doing it, so it's very dangerous. So serious and terrible things besides the no shoe wearing. First off, they can't go to school. I doubt any of you would want to miss Speakers League to go harvest palm fruits for a living. Actually, 1/3 of children don't even finish 4 years of education. And 33,000 children work in the palm oil industry in general. And 48% of all the children in the child labor industry are from 5 to 11 years old. 5 to 11, think about it. And last but not least, some other dangers. One child was harvesting the palm fruits, and she came across a scorpion and it stung her. Another child was walking through the woods, and they came across a cobra and it popped out at them and they started screaming. These are big dangers. Next, what you can do to help. First off, you can try to not buy Girl Scout cookies or eat them. That would be a big thing. Next, you can inform others. Informing others is so important. If you do that, it's probably the most important in my mind, because then more people will know about it and we can stop it more. Well, and if you must buy palm oil products, because it's in literally everything, basically, make sure it's sustainable. Make sure it doesn't have the extra little mixed box on it, because then you're supporting non-sustainable, but palm oil is in everything, so it's hard not to buy it. I get it. We probably do it every single day without even knowing it. Next, if you want to, there is actually a 28-day palm oil challenge where you can completely get rid of palm oil. It's on this website called Say No to Palm Oil, and I will post all these links that I'm mentioning in Groups.io so you can look them up afterwards. But that one's really interesting. It has all these DIY things to make your own things to help you with the palm oil. And last but not least, I suggest you sign this petition that this Girl Scout Olivia Chaffin made to stop us from using palm oil in Girl Scout cookies. In conclusion, thank you all for listening to my speech. Don't feel guilty for the cookies you've eaten in the past. The important thing is that you all learn the truth. On that note, back to you, Mr. MC.